During today's workout, I was literally thinking about all the things I want in life. And then I started thinking about, in order to get the things I want, I have to every single day do the things I don't want to do. And I realized that that's all successful people do, is every day they do the things they don't want in order to have the things they do want. For instance, I don't want to wake up at 2:30 or 3 o'clock in the morning every single day, yet I want to reach a certain level of physical fitness. I don't want to eat healthy every day. I don't want to prep my meals every single day, yet I want to feel healthy every single day. I don't want to read for 30 minutes every single day, yet I want to increase my mental strength so that I do not have depression, I do not have anxiety, I do not have stress. I don't want to have the uncomfortable conversations and confrontations, but yet I want to have strong relationships in my life. I don't want to save money and invest every single day, yet I want to live debt-free and have a good retirement. But then it made me start thinking that the average person does the complete opposite. See, they go through life and do the things they want to do every single day, and it leads to a life filled with things they don't want, and they don't understand why. See, the average person will eat whatever they want in their life, yet they don't want to have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes. The average person will want to sit on the couch all day and eat the foods they want, yet they don't want to look the way they look or feel the way they feel. The average person will want to buy that extra pair of shoes and want the newest vehicle, yet they don't want to constantly live in debt and not be able to retire when they want. The average person will want to avoid confrontation and stay in their comfort zone, yet they don't want to be lonely and not have those strong relationships throughout their life. There's a big difference between the average person and successful people. But you already know my motto on this channel. Clock in, embrace the suck, and don't be average. What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I am going to be taking you through my morning routine. Now, you're probably thinking, you just did a morning routine like a month ago, Bryce. And you're absolutely right. I did. However, I have been waking up for 33 years now. Yeah, I pretty much have been waking up since birth. So I would consider myself an expert on waking up / morning routines. I also have read a lot of personal development books on successful people, and a lot of these books all come back to how important your morning routine is. Hence why I'm gonna make another updated morning routine video. Now, another reason why I'm updating my morning routine is because it has changed since my prior morning routine video. And I think honestly, it's gonna continue changing, because that's one thing about your morning routine. Out of all the books I've read on it, they all have certain habits and certain traits or certain characteristics that they all kind of relate to and say you need to do the same thing. So in this video, I'm gonna be talking about like my key points of when it comes to developing your own personal morning routine. Because again, you're gonna watch my routine, and I encourage you to challenge me on it and say, this guy is absolutely crazy, he doesn't know what he's talking about. And the only way you're gonna basically prove me wrong is by doing it. So I encourage you to take different bits and pieces of what I'm talking about today, apply it to your own life, and then see how crazy I actually am. Now, when it comes to morning routine, a lot of people will ask, like, what time is the best time to wake up? It really depends. Now, when it comes to your morning routine, the first thing you gotta do, and the question I get asked the most about morning routine, is what time should I wake up? And that all depends. I've had a 6 a.m. morning routine, I've had a 5 a.m. morning routine, I've had a 4 a.m. morning routine, and then currently, like today, I have a 2:30 a.m. morning routine. Now, I only wake up at 2:30 every Tuesday and Thursday because my wife has to go to work and I have to get our daughter ready to go to grandma's house for the day. Every other day of the week, I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. So that is tip number one, is the time does not matter, just choose a time and stick to it. And depending on what you're trying to accomplish in the morning, that's what's gonna dictate what time you wake up. So today I woke up at 2:30 a.m. As soon as I wake up, I do this same routine every single day, Sunday through Sunday. There is no days off. I do it even on the weekends. So the first thing I do is I immediately weigh myself. Now, I used to weigh myself every Saturday, but what I realized is if you are trying to lose weight or body fat like I am currently doing, If I was only weighing myself every Saturday morning, that entire week I was stressing and looking forward to a single moment that was going to take place one day of the week. And what I realized is if on Saturday I woke up, because your weight fluctuates every single day, if I woke up on Saturday, weighed myself and did not hit my goal, it affected me mentally to the point where it made me feel like that entire week was a waste. And it wasn't. And if I hit that goal, then it was like a one moment that I felt good, and I didn't get that moment until I had to wait a whole nother week. So what I realized is I do a lot better mentally when I weigh myself every single day and then take the average of all those weights every Saturday. Why that benefits me is one, I realize that your weight's gonna fluctuate every single day. So certain days when I wake up and I hit an all-time low, I don't get super high about it. I don't get super excited because I know the next day it may just average out. Where I do get excited is where I have a couple days consistently where it's a lower weight. It also makes me become a lot more aware of what I'm doing that day prior to what made my weight go that way. For instance, did I get in extra steps? Did I hit my macros? Did I hit my calorie intake? Did I do a lot of sitting around? And it allows me to make adjustments throughout the week and see what's going on, as opposed to waiting around on Saturday and then weighing myself once. So I would encourage you, weigh yourself, especially if you're trying to improve your health. After I weigh myself, I immediately drink water. I have been fasting for about 8 hours. Some of you guys may have been sleeping longer. As soon as I started incorporating this into my morning routine, I realized you were dehydrated, which research shows if you aren't drinking water for like 8 hours, you are dehydrated. Your body runs on water. So that I immediately drink like 8 ounces of water, and just drinking 8 ounces of water already makes me start to feel a little bit more alert and not so sluggish. So I drink about, like I said, 8 ounces of water just to get the body moving. As soon as I drink my water, obviously since I do work out, first thing in the morning, I gotta make my pre-workout. Now my pre-workout obviously consists of a pre-workout drink, which has caffeine and everything else you need to get you a nice pump for your workout. And then I also do a carb powder because since I am doing a strength session and a cardio session, I need a little bit of extra carbs in me to push me through it, but I don't want to obviously have a full course meal prior to working out. So once pre-workout is made, now I am getting dressed and ready to go to the gym, and my gym luckily is about 5 feet from my bedroom. That's right, I have my own garage gym. So I go into my garage gym, I turn on the treadmill, I get everything primed, ready to go, and this is where I think this next part I think is what sets the tone for the entire day. So if you're gonna take anything from this video, I would take this next tip. My next tip for you guys is stay off social media. That is rule number 5 or rule number 3, whatever we are on, you have to stay off social media. Now, a lot of people, they don't know what to do if they're staying off social media, which leads me into my next tip, and that is devote time towards personal development. Now, the first part of personal development I focus on is my faith, my religion. Now, if you are not religious, if you are not faithful, that is totally fine. That's totally cool. What I would recommend, though, instead of getting into the Word and reading the Bible or some type of faith-based book, I would encourage you to do an attitude of gratitude, which means you might meditate, you might meditate, or you may just simply name off 10 things you're grateful for, and basically get that attitude of gratitude prior to starting your day. That will set the tone and put you in the right mindset for the rest of your day. So right now I'm currently reading, it's basically like a daily men's devotional. It's 1 page every single day, so I'll read that. As soon as I'm done with that, I'm currently doing the Bible in a year, so it gives me certain passages that I gotta read every single day, and I'll read that. As I'm doing that, as you can tell from the video, I am walking on the treadmill just to get my body moving and primed, ready for my workout. Once I am done reading the Bible, then I go into my second phase of personal development. So I got my religion that I'm trying to improve on and develop as a person. And then the second part is I'll read 10 pages from any personal development book. 10 pages is very doable. When some people say, oh, you should read 30 minutes a day, that kind of scares people. 10 minutes, depending on how fast you read, only takes about 12 minutes. 12 to 15 minutes. I promise you, 10 pages is golden because you may get something in those 10 pages that you're able to focus on and then take with you throughout the rest of the day. So my personal development section of my morning routine usually takes about 35 minutes. And in that 35 minutes, like I said in the video, I got 35 minutes of steps in. Now, as soon as I am done with my personal development, which means I weighed myself, drank some water, personal development, started moving. So tip number 5 is you gotta do something physical. Do some form of working out. Now it could be strength training, it could be endurance training, it could be powerlifting, it could be CrossFit, it could even be yoga, it could be a spin class. Anything, just do something that it could even honestly be a 45-minute walk. Do something that gets your body moving and your endorphins going. There's plenty of research that I've read about this, that you need to, by doing something physically active in the morning, it sets your tone for the rest of the day. And like I said, personally, the reason why I work out 7 days a week is because when I was having those rest days, those days when I'd wake up and do every part of my morning routine, if there was no strength or physical activity, the rest of the day felt like trash. So I realized the key component is physical activity. So do some type of workout. Now, if you're new to the channel, I am currently training for a Spartan race, Spartan Sprint, which is about 2 weeks, 3 weeks out, depending on when this video comes out. If you are interested in following along my journey to prepare for the Spartan Sprint, then make sure you subscribe to the channel because I post a new video every single Sunday. So typically my strength session takes about an hour, and then my cardio session usually takes anywhere from 45 to an hour long cardio session, which means I got about 2 hours of physical activity, and then if you count the 30 minutes of walking, I got about 2.5 hours of physical activity before it's even 6 o'clock or 6:30 in the morning. So by then I am feeling very good about myself. The key point that I've realized of all my morning routines is I try to stack as many wins as possible before I even get into work. And that's, I think, what you should take away from this video is how many things can you stack up and how many wins can you get so that you are feeling good when you go into work that day. Now, once my workout is done, I will go in, I will drink my morning collagen, I will drink my morning multivitamin, I'll take my vitamins, and then I will take a shower. I do not eat right away because I am trying to prolong my eating so that I'm not starving towards the end of the day. So my first meal usually doesn't come until about 30 minutes after my workout. So once I'm done showering, once I'm done getting dressed for the day, then I'll go out and have my breakfast. Tip number 6, I would highly recommend you have a very high protein and high carb breakfast, especially since you just worked out. Depending on if it's a low carb day, a high carb day, or even a medium carb day, my breakfast is typically the same. It's either gonna be overnight protein oats or it's gonna be eggs with like a bagel and banana. Those are typically my breakfasts that I go to. That way I have a high protein and a high carb source after I just got done working out. Once I am done working out, then I am heading to work for the day. Now, depending on if it's Tuesday or Thursday, I will have to take my daughter to my grandma's or her grandma's house, or her grandma will come to our house to babysit. So after I'm done working out, after I'm done eating my breakfast, then depending on the day, like I said, if it's Tuesday or Thursday, I gotta get my daughter ready for the day. If not, I pretty much go out, warm up my truck, wait, and then head to work, which only takes me about 6 minutes, which brings me to where I am currently right now. Now it is currently 7:44, which means I have about a half hour prior to even having to clock in. In this time, what I do is I usually am either doing homework, because I am working on my master's degree right now. I'm prepping for the day, whether it be IEPs, what parents I'm gonna call, and all that stuff, which gives me about 30 minutes of downtime prior to even having to go to work. And that is my new updated morning routine. Now, when it comes to morning routine, the easiest way for you to figure out what it looks like, what time you need to wake up, you first need to figure out what all you want to accomplish in the morning. So whatever goals you are currently working right now. So the reason why my morning routine changed since last time is I am very intentional about losing body fat. I am trying to get down to 195. I have also been a lot more intentional about my daily step count. So right now I'm trying to get about 20,000 steps a day, and that is why I changed my morning routine of as soon as I wake up, I make my pre-workout and I go do my reading on the treadmill. I used to do my reading while I was stretching for about 30 minutes in the morning. But what I realized, again, depending on your goal, my goal was to get more steps in. In that 35 minutes, I could get about another 3,000 steps in. So that's getting me one step closer to my goal. So for those of you who are looking at obviously starting a morning routine, hence why you probably searched this video, I would encourage you to figure out what time you have to be at work, do some backwards planning on what you want to accomplish before you have to go to work, and then go from there. So let me kind of run it through you about my timeline. My alarm clock goes off at, like I said, either 2:30 in the morning or 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna use the 3 o'clock in the morning example. My alarm clock goes off at 3 a.m. I don't have to be at work until 8:15. That's 5 hours and 15 minutes. Watch how fast that goes. 3 o'clock, my alarm clock goes off. I am human, so just because my alarm clock goes off at 3 doesn't mean I am up and raring to go at 3:01. I'm usually not out of bed, drinking my water and raring to go until about 3:35, sometimes 3:25 if I'm lucky. So there's 35 minutes gone. So whatever time your alarm clock goes off, realize it's probably gonna be about, depending on how disciplined you are, it could range anywhere from 15 minutes after your alarm clock goes off to 25 to 35 minutes, depending on how you're feeling. So now I'm at 3:35. By the time I'm in my gym, it's like 3:35, I'm on my treadmill and I'm starting to read. I finish my walking and my personal development at about 4:05, 4:10. I start my workout at about 4:10, 4:15. It's an hour workout, so I finish by about 5:15. And then I got 45 minutes of cardio. So we'll say that puts me all the way until 6 o'clock, sometimes 6:10. So now it is 6:10. By the time I get inside, I take all my gym clothes off, I take a shower. I'm not eating until about 6:30. By the time I'm done eating, brushing my teeth, doing my hair, getting ready, it's now about 6:50. I go warm up my truck for about 10 minutes. I head to work at about 7 o'clock. I get to work, get ready, and it's about 7:15. So I get to work an hour ahead of what I'm supposed to be. And that's just so I can prep. If I didn't want to do that, if I wanted to come to work right at 8:15 and come in and kind of be flustered and try to get straight to it, which I don't recommend. I recommend giving yourself at least a 15 to 20 minute cushion just so you can transition from your morning routine into the work life. I give myself an hour. And that is pretty much how I broke down my morning routine. The main key points that I would say that you need to incorporate into your morning routine, and again, I challenge you to try them and see if I'm full of it or see if it actually works. First thing you need to do, drink water. Second thing you need to do, stay off social media. Third thing you need to do some form of personal development. The fourth thing you need to do, get active. Start moving, do physical, do strength, do endurance, do some type of physical activity to get your body ready to go to take on the day. Fifth thing is make sure you have a good breakfast. Do not skip breakfast. And then my sixth tip is give yourself about a half hour of transitioning before you have to be at work. And I was on my run the other day and I was thinking about how crucial a morning routine is. And as I was running, I saw a bunch of people outside going and turning on their vehicles and warming up their vehicles. And it made me think, why do people go out and warm up their vehicles in the morning? And the reason why is because they don't want their car to have what's called a cold start. A cold start is not good for your vehicle. It doesn't run as smoothly. It could lead to the vehicle having issues, the vehicle breaking down, the vehicle not lasting as long. And it made me think how the average person will start their day on a cold start, yet they'll start their vehicle on a warm start. And you already know my motto, don't be average. So I would recommend the importance of having a warm start as opposed to a cold start could be the biggest change you ever make in your life. But that about wraps up the video, guys. I appreciate you guys watching. Again, this was my morning routine as I train for my Spartan Sprint. If you guys want to see more videos like this or follow along as I journey to complete the Spartan Trifecta, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you comment the video. And you guys already know the motto here, stay happy, stay healthy, and above all, don't be average. I'll catch you guys in the next one.